Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are well and that you're taking care of yourselves. So in today's video, I am going to show you how to build up a rate for mortar. Now, the question is, what is mortar, right? Mortar is basically used to hold brick or stone together, and it is composed of a thick mixture of water, sand, and cement. Now, the reason why we need to build up this rate is because normally the price for your bricks is known, and therefore you have to calculate the rate for your mortar as a net cost and then factor it into the rate analysis for your brickwork. All right. Now, the rate analysis for our mortar is made up of cement and sand as materials, labor to mix, wheel, and place it where it is needed. Now, in the following slide, I will basically expand on what I just said. Now for the rate analysis, right, we are going to follow a step-by-step guide, right, of how to get to the rate. Now the first thing that we need to do is calculate the dry volume of mortar. And this is because when the dry materials that make up mortar get wet, right, they shrink. So we now need to determine is the quantities for the dry volume of mortar given the fact that it shrinks when it is wet. I don't want to confuse you. You will see when we get to the calculations what I'm talking about exactly. So you will take into consideration the shrinkage factor or the bulking if you do know how much it bulks by. All right, from wet to the dry to its dry state. The second thing that we need to do is assume the mixed proportion if not given. Now, basically, the mixed proportion is given as cement is to sand. So, for example, you would have 1 part cement, 3 parts sand, all right? And then you'll see that when we get to the calculations as well. And then we will take into consideration the handling of cement, and that will be 10% of the laborer's rate per hour per pocket. All right. I hope that you do enjoy the lesson. If you do not understand anything, please do reach out and I will explain more. And yeah, do enjoy. Okay, so moving on to the calculations, as you can see there, this table right here, I got it from a credible source. So we're going to be using the prices that are listed on this table here, and we're going to use the Gauteng prices. Now, what I know is that because these prices are from 2017, what I do know now is that a packet of cement costs close to 94 and 95 rands, if I'm not mistaken. But for this example, we're going to use the prices as they are right there, right? Now, the one thing that I need us to note is that the number of packets of cement in 1 cubic meters is 30.3 packets. So that means that in order for us to be able to determine the number of packets that are required, we will need to multiply by 30.3 in order to get the number of packets, all right? Okay, so in this example here, we are told that a wall is to be built in 1:6 cement mortar. Remember when I told you about the proportions of cement is to sand? Well, this has been given to us as 1:6 cement mortar. And you remember when I told you about the bulking and the shrinking of the materials? Here we are going to assume that we have a 33% shrinkage of our dry materials, and the labor rate that we are going to use there is 28 rands 23 cents. All right. Now for our preliminary calculations, if you can recall, I said that the first step that we need to do is to determine the quantity or the volume of our dry materials. All right. So this is how we're going to do this. All right. So we will say when 1 cubic meter of our dry ingredients, right, 1 cubic meter of our dry ingredients when mixed with water shrink by 33%. All right, so it's going to be minus 33%, which gives us 0.67 wet mortar. All right, gives us 0.67 cubic meters wet mortar. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to say is, oh, okay, if 1 cubic meters of our dry ingredients gives us 0.67 cubic meters of wet mortar, then what is the volume of dry ingredients that we need in order to be able to get 1 cubic meter of wet mortar? All right, so we'll just basically say, okay, 0.67 cubic meters of mortar is equal to 1 cubic meter of dry ingredients. 1 cubic meter dry ingredients. Okay, so now 1 cubic meter, okay, 1 cubic meter of wet mortar, okay, requires X cubic meters of dry ingredients, X being unknown, okay, ingredient, right, X being unknown. Therefore, with cross multiplication, we'll have 0.67x, 1 times 1, our answer ultimately being 1 divided by 0.67, thus giving us an answer of 1.49 dry ingredients. All right, that is, yeah, 1.49 dry ingredients are needed to give us 1 cubic meter of mortar. All right, perfect. Now on to our materials. We have determined 1.49. We are going to use that to basically determine the number of the packets of cement that are required, the volume of sand that is required. All right. All right, now back to the proportions. We have 1:6 cement mortar. So basically we know that we would say 1 plus 6, which gives us 7. Right, 1 plus 6, which gives us 7. And then for our cement, we would basically say 1 divided by 7 multiplied by 1.49 of our dry ingredients. And like I said, what we are trying to do is to determine the number of packets, or the packets of cement. So we would have to multiply that by 30.3. Now that gives us a total of, let's just do this, that gives us a total of 7 multiplied by 1.49 multiplied by 30.3. That gives us 6.44. That is just, okay, that's fine. We'll just work the decimal places, all right. And then for the sand, we will have 6 divided by 7 multiplied by dry ingredients, okay, dry ingredients, all right. We're not going to multiply by 30.3 because it is measured in volume and not in packets, all right. Now that gives us a total of 6 divided by 7 multiplied by 1.49, okay. Now that gives us 1.277, right? And then handling of cement. So as before, that means that we'll go, I'll just do this copy and then I'll paste it there, right? Great. Now coming to the rates, we said that we're going to use the Gauteng rates, right? For cement, we have 89 rands. And then for sand, we are using pit sand, by the way. We're using pit sand, and then we will have that as 203. And then for handling of cement, we said that it's 10% of the labor rate. So it's basically 10% times 28.23, which gives us 2.82. Now to get the total costs, say that is equal to that multiplied by this, which gives us that. We have that multiplied by this, which gives us that. We'll have that multiplied by that, which gives us 1821. And then moving on to our laborer, we said that it is 28.23. Oh, sorry. One laborer, 28.23, which gives us 28 rands 23 cents. And then what we need to do is say that multiplied by that, which gives us that much. Okay, and then we need to get our total there. Let's just do this quickly. We need to get our total here. Alright, so it's basically the sum of all of that. Okay, 880.22, and then our mixing waste will be 5% times 880.22, which gives us 44 rands and 1 cent. And the net cost per cubic meter gives us the cubic meter 481 is 26 nets, gives us a total of that plus that, thus giving us 924.23 cents. Now in the following example, we are going to build up a rate for a half brick wall, and I'm basically going to continue from this exercise. Alright, now in order for you to be able to be on the same path as me, you need to watch the video on calculating the number of bricks per square meter, and then also determining the net rate for mortar. So we're basically going to take this net and we're basically going to take this rate and then place it in our for mortar usage. But you'll see that when we get there, these figures may not be exact, but I think they are in the region of what is correct. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.